Hi, this is Jessica Pace. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm actually collaborating with Erin Resch of Eco Ethos, who is going to talk to us today about some sustainable choices that we can make in our home to make it more eco-friendly, more healthy for yourself, your family, and the planet.
I'm Erin Resch, and I've started a company, Eco Ethos, where I do sustainability consulting because I'm extremely passionate about helping everyone make small changes every day to live a little bit more sustainably. Conservation manager and a food and water industry expert for the majority of my career. But while I was doing that, I was actually struggling with infertility. And so I started researching a lot about toxicity, and I understood that there's a lot of microplastics that are in our environment. And I learned about the endocrine disrupting dangers of microplastics and how they can impact your health. And so I made some stark changes in my life to reduce my toxic load. And I was able to have 2 children naturally, Jackson and Parker. They're why I'm here today and why I started my company, so that everyone can live a little bit more sustainably every day.
I know that there are a lot of toxins in our house that we don't even realize.
Well, it starts really first thing when you walk in the door. The best thing you can do for air quality in your home is by taking off your shoes. So starting by having a policy where friends and family take off shoes when they first enter your home.
That sounds reasonable.
It does.
Okay, shoes off.
I know, let's do it.
You heard the lady.
Making sure that you have your windows open frequently to let the fresh breeze go in is going to be really nice. Talking about bringing up your AQI, so making sure that you're checking what the air quality index is saying for your local area. Make sure you don't do it during a high fire time like what we experienced this year. Making sure that you're also vacuuming frequently. So at least once a week, vacuuming, making sure you're dusting. You can also have some plants indoors. That's always going to help bring some fresh air into your space.
Is that true that plants actually improve the air quality?
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay,
no, they
cool.
do. Not only that, but they improve your mood, and aesthetically, they just look beautiful. You can also get an air purifier. It was a great way of making sure that our air was clean and indoors. That's really important for your living. For your breathing, for your whole body. Making sure that you don't use air fresheners. A lot of those have synthetics in there. Candles even, I love a great candle, but we really want to avoid fragrances. You can get scented. You just want to be careful when you're reading the ingredients that it doesn't say fragrance in there, right? Fragrance is when they can hide tons of ingredients fall under the fragrance label when you're reading ingredients for your products. So switching to those is really going to help the quality of your indoor living without, compromising your standard of living.
Please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe.
Let's take a step outside. So one of the best ways that you can actually make a big difference in your home and live a little bit more eco-friendly is by taking a look at the lawn and gardens that you have to be a little bit more efficient.
We're going to talk a little bit about how to make an eco-friendly garden that doesn't break the bank, but can also aid in the health and sustainability of your home.
We really want to focus in on making some native gardens, making sure that when we're planting, we're not using pesticides and things like that.
A lot of Los Angeles homes have lawns, which doesn't seem quite right considering our water situation. Suggestions on how to overcome that?
There is quite an expense in terms of removing lawn, and when you take a look at what's on your ground cover. You can get an application into the city to help them actually fund that, depending on your water municipality.
So this is obviously turf.
What we're standing in right now is actually plastic turf, which I would not recommend and will not be covered with a lot of the water municipalities. And the reason being is because it typically takes a lot more water to actually make the plastic that is used in the artificial turf.
It takes water to make plastic?
Yes,
really?
A lot of water.
Okay.
Yes, so a lot of
water. So more than what you're saying, more than what you're actually saving. Yes. By not watering.
Mm-hmm. When you think about that, the transport, the whole entire life cycle of creating this is a lot of water. And not to mention that you also will still have to water your grass. If you have animals, pets. It's also not accepted in terms of reimbursement, mostly because it also is not helping in terms of attracting native biodiversity, right? Plastic is really not great for anyone's system, not great for the planet.
How can people make simple swaps?
In places like California, where we are drought, it's always considering ourselves in a drought, basically. How you can be a good neighbor to have all of your neighbors and have a little bit less water intensive yard. Let's say you've already removed your grass. There's a lot of other things you can do. There's clover, there's buffalo grass, which is really great. I absolutely love that. Those are typically a lot less water intensive, and that you could use as as ground cover. Also, just focusing in on some succulents. Switching to more succulents in general is going to be a good thing.
How do we find native plants? Like if I'm in, the Midwest and I want to know what's native to my neighborhood, how do we find that information?
Just Google wookles and you will see a lot of research education pop up, right? And you can use any of them. They're affiliated with a lot of educational institutions like colleges and universities who are focused on more sustainability and landscaping. You can see that drip irrigation lines are installed right here so that you can water a little bit more efficiently. Taking a look at maybe gray water reuse if you're really into that kind of stuff. That is a lot for a first-time homeowner if you've never done it, but that's a consideration as well. Making sure that you're just not using pesticides. So pesticides, we've seen a really big uptick in the algal bloom in the ocean here in California after the fires, but also it's a combination of pesticide runoff. Those are some small things that you can do. Making sure that the drainage system for your yard is also more efficient, so it's not going into the waterways is also another thing. Rainwater collecting, right? There's always rainwater bales that are offered through your local water company as well.
That's right.
So that's also a consideration. Really just making sure you're trying to set a goal for yourself and using a little bit less every month. Not only will you get rewarded by your water company with lower bills, but you're going to be contributing to, helping the water situation. This is your green waste and organics only bin. So if you live in California, it is law now, SB 1383, which mandates that you need to be composting your food scraps and your lawn waste. So that's what this is for. So if you aren't currently composting, it's one of the biggest things any individual can do to really lower their carbon footprint. When you are composting, you are making sure that methane does not get into the atmosphere. So methane is 25 times more potent than CO2. So every single individual person can take a huge burden off the system when we can start to make sure we're composting and putting our food scraps in the right spot. If you take a look here, there's things like grass and leaves that can go in here from your lawn trimmings. That'll go in here. But also you have food scraps. So you can do things like even meat and dairy in our local municipality is accepted in the green bins. So it makes it easy whenever I'm composting to just throw all your food scraps in there. I use this, so just actually put everything right in here. You can either put it in the freezer if you want to make sure it doesn't smell, stink up your yard. You can put it in there and then just take it out when you're ready for the compost to be collected. Or you can set it on your countertop like I do, and we can put it out every day.
Please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. What are some of the shifts that I can make in order to use more eco-friendly products in the kitchen and home?
What I would say is that my ultimate favorite is making your own. That's the best way of knowing all the ingredients that are in there and knowing exactly what it's going to cost too. It's going to save you a ton of money. So that is my personal favorite. I do have right here my own multi-purpose cleaner. So you can use this for multi-surfaces, your countertops, your bathroom countertops. I absolutely love Thrive Market if you have not heard about it. Thrive Market is a marketplace where you can make sure that you trust the ingredients that are there. So it costs $60 a year and you won't believe the pricing. I was really surprised. My husband wanted me to prove to him that the pricing would be better than a Costco model, and I was able to prove that to him for some of our items. And just talking about our partners and balancing, you also want to make sure that whatever you're incorporating, you want to make small changes, right? That's going to fit into your home and your lifestyle, right? So for my husband, it's really important that I purchase bleach. So this is the non-chlorine bleach from Rosie's. I also love some items from Grove. There's a hydrating hand soap here that I have as an example, and also the ultimate dish soap. So These are really amazing, and you know, these can be recycled. Some of my favorite apps that I use when I'm trying to grocery shop or when I'm shopping for household cleaners are the EWG app as well as Yuka. So Yuka is specifically for food that you're gonna be consuming, and EWG does household, personal goods, and you know, beauty products as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up the app and I'm going to scan the barcode. So you wanna go ahead and scan that. And once you scan it, you're gonna see that it pulls up all of the ingredients that are in your product. So what's really cool is that you can take a look and you see here the full ingredient list, and any that you'd be concerned about would be popping up here over in red. So you can see that they judge it based on asthma, environment, skin, developmental, and cancer. So those are some of the categories that they will take a look at. You can see here I just did the rosy chlorine-free bleach. So this is one that I trust in my home, and it's something you should be doing. Get either the Yuka app or EWG. It's great for testing all your products. Very easy to do. Just scan the barcode and then you can trust the product a little bit more. Also read ingredient labels, that's really important. You know, usually when you're talking about food labels, you know, the first few ingredients that are listed there as a general rule of thumb are what make up the most of your product. So, you know, that first ingredient list is what you really want to look for. So make sure it's something that you recognize and that's healthy.
So if sugar is the first one on the list?
I mean, but everyone needs a little bit of sugar every once in a while, but you know. Your cookware that you're cooking with every day is really important to your health. So let's start with some non-toxic cookware. You have here my favorite, which is cast iron. Now, really heavy and durable, but you know what? That's a benefit because you know they're gonna last. The best is going to be cast iron as well as stainless steel. If you're gonna get stainless steel, make sure it's 100% stainless steel, not coated with anything. And that's really the way to go. There's a lot of other options out there right now, but if it's just ceramic and that's just in the outside and it's coating, that's actually not protecting your food in case there's a blemish on there or you scrape it with metal. So stick with the safe route, and I really prefer cast iron for everything. Let's open this up. What do you think's in the fridge?
Okay.
Plastic, right? So many people use this every day, but let's take a look at this bottle. So you see here how thin this is. Plastic in any form, whenever it gets heated, is going to leach chemicals. Think of all those to-go containers, your plastic water bottles that you get, right? You gotta think about the process before you see it.
If this one says like reusable plastic or plastic that's been recycled, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. And actually that's probably not great for you either. It's been through quite a process to get clean. There's a lot happening behind the scenes that you might not be cued into yet, but now remember that, right? And consider that. Please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. If somebody was gonna make one change, one simple change in their life this month or in their home this month, just one, what's like one of the easiest things besides taking your shoes off before you walk in?
Right, which yes,
that seems like
a doing.
Easy one, yeah.
So a reusable water bottle. This is my favorite. It's clearly filtered. It actually has a filter in it because even when you're going out and about throughout the day, you want to make sure that you're checking that the quality of your water is going to be good. This has a filtering water system in it.
So you can fill that from the tap or wherever you are.
Yeah.
Or even your bottled water, which like you said, could have plastics in it, and that will filter it out.
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what's something like this cost?
It runs you maybe about $60, but $60-$70 for a really good investment is great. I got mine secondhand too, and I just had to buy new filters. So you can always do that. I bought mine off Poshmark.
What is that? That looks fascinating.
Right? This is Final Straw. So the whole straw debate, oh my gosh. Everyone I just don't want a straw in general, right? I don't like the paper straws. I hate the plastic straws.
Right.
And also, by the way, the paper straws most times are lined with some form of plastic to hold it as a...
You're kidding.
Yeah, like, which is crazy. And so it's like, the whole point. So I don't usually even want a straw, but if I do, I have this with me, can keep it on my keychain. Watch this.
It will come out. We're patient. I'm ready. I want to see this.
It's coming out. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
All right, there we go. And it's out. It
Woohoo!
kind of looks like one of those cigarette holders.
Yeah, it does. I know,
That's
exactly. I know, it's hilarious, but it's perfect.
Oh yeah.
Fits,
So it works.
folds up. Exactly. You look fancy.
You do look
It looks so
fancy.
nice. And look at this cute little carrier that they have. I love it.
I kind of want to show up to a lunch and have my own straw.
Yeah,
like that.
right?
I feel so we should.
Let's set a trend.
I think we should.
You can also get yourself one of these, just a utensil set. You can bring it everywhere with you. So it just snaps together.
Oh, that's great.
And you can just put it in your purse. I am the person that goes to a birthday party and always has my reusable fork, so that
Chopsticks. How cute is that?
it is. It's really wonderful. I absolutely love it.
So smart.
Yeah, exactly. And so simple. And you know, it's helping reduce the amount of plastics that's being put into the environment. So
Right.
if everyone were to do this, we would reduce our dependence on plastics. So
And whenever you go out to eat, whenever you get to go, they always want to put plastic in your bag. Even if you say no, I feel like they still force it in the bag.
I know. Well,
Okay.
imagine all those plastic forks and spoons, whenever heated, that's exactly when you're getting those chemicals put into your body. So even using the ones that do give you to you at your favorite restaurant is not great. So use your voice, speak up and ask them to not provide them. Oh my gosh, reusable bags. So these are really cute. These are snack bags for the kids. We also have these reusable bags. They have different designs.
for lunch.
Yeah, for
That's
lunch.
great.
They like to put all their little snacks in there for school. So we're not using the single-use plastic Ziploc bags, which is great. There's also some new Ziploc bags that have come out recently that are non-plastic. Sometimes the material that they're claiming is compostable isn't. For example, you go to Starbucks, you grab the Starbucks cup, which is made out of paper. The inside is lined with plastic. And whenever it's heated, you're drinking a hot cup of tea or a hot coffee.
Oh no.
Just drinking all that
I drink
toxin.
Starbucks all the time.
They offer an incentive program to bring in your own. You get a discount.
That's true.
and
Okay.
Just bring in your own cup.
Done.
And they made a policy to do it. It's so easy.
Okay.
You'll save money and it's great.
My partner drinks Starbucks literally every single day. And I'm gonna tell him he needs to bring in his Starbucks cup. No more taking plastic cups from Starbucks.
Exactly.
How can we find out more? Like if we want to get in touch with you or follow you on social, tell us where we can find you.
Yeah, so I have my own website. It's ecoerin.com. So just Google me there, you'll find me. My handle on YouTube is @Eco Erin. And on Instagram, I'm Everyday Eco Erin. My company is Eco Ethos. So all your sustainability inquiries, you can go ahead and go there and you'll find out more. We'll get in contact there.
We'll put those links in the description below. So you'll have all that information. You can reach out to Erin and see if there's tips or tricks that you can do to make your home more sustainable and have, you know, small changes that make a big impact on your home, your health, and your family. And if you like this video, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. We will be doing more like this in the future. Thank you so much for collaborating with me, Eco Erin, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.